Look at me making this video on the night that I need the Edmonton Oilers to show up in. Later today, the Oilers have themselves the Columbus Blue Jackets, a team that came into Vancouver, had themselves a ball, ended up losing, but will now be in Alberta to play off against the EDM. Kirill Marchenko popped off against Vancouver on the weekend. Connor McDavid is out here also popping off somewhat. But really, I'm making this video to talk about the Edmonton Oilers because of some of the alarming quotes that we had seen earlier this morning from head coach Kris Knoblauch, from Stuart Skinner. There are a number of things that we can dive into here when it comes to the Oilers. But of course, we can't open this video up without acknowledging where the team is at right now. The fact is, they've only won 2 out of their last 8 games, and a bunch of these losses have started to pile up. The 9-1 loss against Colorado on Saturday totally took the life out of the city, out of the fan base, and now we're taking a look at just what's going to happen later tonight. Now, I said I need this team to pop off. I really do. I have Leon Draisaitl, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, and Evan Bouchard in fantasy. And you know what? I'm playing off against the top guy in my league this week. So if Bouchard and Dry and the Nuge can get out there with some points, I would really appreciate that. Please, Columbus led in a whole bunch against Vancouver. They're vulnerable. Just get something done. But today we are talking about what Kris Knoblauch ended up saying about the Edmonton Oilers. Here's the quote that got a lot of folks up in arms earlier this morning. Connor and Leon should be the identity of the team. After that, it should be the top 6 defense, Kris Knoblauch said. And I think when it comes to a comment that is this short, it's easy to take it out of context and to present it in a way that may or may not have been disingenuous to how Knoblauch actually intended it. But this comment, it got a lot of folks upset. Let's go out there and read. And what about our goaltending? Carmen Gill says. Well, don't worry. We'll get more into the goaltending later in this video. Great coaching philosophy. The identity of the team should be 2 players. Brilliant. Imagine being the other 10 forwards listening to this. Great leadership. Put it all on the shoulders of 2 guys. In reality, the top 6 defense kind of are the identity of the team. Just not in the good way. Man, that is not a good thing to hear about your hockey team over here. The Oilers have proven definitely over the past 3 seasons that they cannot outscore their goalie Stuart Skinner when the score is a 1, 2, or 10 goal lead. The issue is their goaltending. How can he say the identity of the team should be that when they don't drive separate lines? When the going gets tough, he throws 97 and 29 out there together. In Pittsburgh, 87 and 71 seldom play 5-on-5 unless it's late in the game. How many coaches will it take to figure it out? Attitude reflects leadership, and this is a massive cop-out by Kris Knoblauch. Maybe show a little emotion behind the bench coach, and the team will follow suit. You then had this comment. Here is the goaltending in question that folks are bringing up. Stu Skinner said this morning, it's not about my save percentage. It's about my win column. The team's win column. Captain Jack went out there and said this quote would go so hard if he had only not won 4 games all season. And 12 of his last 31 regular season starts. And I didn't realize that it was that bad for Stu Skinner, eh? You look at the games that he's gone out there and won. I mean, this season he's only got 4 wins in 12 games total. 11, excuse me. And if you go back over to last year, okay, ignore the playoffs. That was an entirely separate animal, but goodness gracious, Stuart Skinner loses a lot of games. Holy crap. I mean, look at this sample right here. Loss, double loss, quintuple loss, double loss, double loss. I mean, It was good at the beginning. Actually, no, it wasn't. At the beginning of last season, Stu Skinner only won 3 out of his first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 games. I mean, this guy goes through a whole bunch of slumps, and I think for him to go out there and say, it's not about my save percentage, it's about the win column. I mean, it sends a pretty interesting message there. Travis Yost, who, of course, does hockey at TSN, went out there and said, once you see these quotes, you know it's over. It's over. Yost goes out there and says, hey, can we interest them in a slightly used Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen? With how Skinner plays, it's not a good quote, but honestly, he's not that wrong. Carolina has 2 goalies under 900, and they are first in the division. Yeah, I get that the quote makes sense. Like, there's a reasonable idea behind what was said here, but the fact that it's Stu Skinner literally saying it, it does not make it seem any better. Now, let's shift gears from goaltending and the coaching to the top dog on the squad, Connor McDavid, who went out there and spoke out about the lack of energy and effort for the team in this dire time. This is an article on hockeylatest.com. I like it because it just has the quote in writing. Here is what Connor McDavid ended up saying about the Oilers. They've been flat. It's no secret it's been flat. That starts with me as a leader. It's been not enough energy, not enough emotion in games, and we gotta find a way to bring some of that. Everybody has more to bring. So you start seeing some of that in practice. It's got to translate in the games. It's normal to have conversations with guys about different things we're seeing out there. The game is felt at times unorganized and out of sync, so the only way to work that stuff out is to be talking and communicating with your teammates. So, that's a pretty vanilla quote. It's not like McDavid's going out there and saying, I am the identity of this team. Me and Leon. We. Us two. We are the identity of the team like it should be. Like, no, it's not like he's going out there and saying that. I can't believe Kris Knoblauch actually mentioned that. In isolation, it is such a bad quote. Let's just go over and see what the Edmonton Oilers fans on the subreddit go out there and say about that. Assuming it was posted, I'm not sure. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins is out for about a week? Oh my goodness. That is terrible. Okay. Here was this comment too. They asked Kris Knoblauch if the team is confident in Skinner and Pickard as a goalie duo, if there's concern, and he ends up waiting a long time before saying, no, I don't think so. I don't think we've lost fate. Yeah, too short a clip to conclude much from it, but obviously they need better goaltending. Everyone in the league has known this since before they got Jack Campbell. I didn't catch it last night, but it's crazy how much you can't get from an I don't believe so. Goaltending isn't the number 1 issue, but it's definitely number 2. Systems, ugly play, egregious defensive breakdowns, those are also issues plaguing the Oilers at the moment. McDavid re-signed a team-friendly deal, and they still go into the season with goaltending that couldn't get it done the past 2 years. It's clear they needed a legit number 1 goalie above all else. You can say what you want about Skinner, about how he's a battler, but if I'm on that team, there's always going to be doubt in my mind about his ability to carry them to the Stanley Cup. Bowman needs to get creative and go out and get a goalie. The window is closing on this current edition of the Oilers. Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen is right there, man. He is right there. So I guess with no Nuge today, I can settle for a Leon Draisaitl hat trick. That'd be awesome. Evan Bouchard gets 4 points. Please help me out today, folks. I really need it. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below either way about the Oilers and how things look like they're falling apart. Travis Yost from TSN says it's over. Do you agree or disagree? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. I hope you enjoyed this British Roll 9. And bye.